Guarding one of the quickest point guards in the country can't be that hard, can it? And just like that lightning first step, Tremont Waters is rising up in the world of basketball recruiting.
East Catholic's Jimmy Titus won Gatorade Player of the Year last season as a junior. Now as a senior, he has one goal in mind: to lead the Eagles to a state championship. For Amari Spillman, it's been a long journey, but with the support of his mother, Amari is about to achieve his dream that he set out to achieve a very long time ago. And that guy behind me, that's Amari Spillman, one of the top basketball players in the country. With Jimmy Butler out for the next month and Derrick Rose's return unknown, the Bulls lose two key players, which could affect how deep they go in the playoffs. Tonight, we have a prep school battle. The St. Thomas More Chancellors are visiting the South Kent Cardinals on a Friday night showdown. The Chancellors come into this game with a 10-2 record, while South Kent's 14-2. Chancellors head coach Jerry Quinn says they need to prevent Tremont Waters from penetrating the lane. South Kent's head coach Kelvin Jefferson, he simply said, we need to guard Amari Spillman and make sure he doesn't get as many offensive rebounds as he normally does. Right now he's averaging 22 rebounds a game on the NFL. I'm with Scooter Harrington, the #1 player in the state of Connecticut, according to ESPN. Scooter, it's official. You faxed in your letter of intent earlier this morning. How does it feel?
It's really an awesome experience. It's kind of like the culmination of my high school football career, having my coach here, having my trainer here, having my parents here, and my friends. It's really cool just being able to share this moment with all of them.
And I have to ask, before you woke up today, what did you know about a fax machine?
Not too much. I had a little bit of difficulty, but we got it done. Me and my mom figured it out, and we sent it off. So first time using a fax machine.
Initially, you verbal to Boston College, and recently you flipped to Stanford. What was about Davis Shaw in the program that made it seem like it would be a better fit?
Coach Shaw is a really great guy.
After a heartbreaking loss last year in the state semifinals, Jimmy Titus knew this year's team would look completely different.
Last year we had 14 seniors, and those are my guys. Like we were together for 3 years, right? So, and now, like this year, we lost all 14 of those guys. It's a little different. It's like I moved into a new place and I have a whole new family.
1, 2, 3. With all the new pieces in place, Jimmy has his sights set on a bigger goal for him and his teammates.
Because, yeah, I do have that Gatorade Player of the Year under my belt, but don't have a state championship yet, and I really want to get after that this year.
Not just for infielders.
Springtime, baseball's in the air, and so is the decision that Jimmy will have to make in early June when Major League Baseball holds its annual draft.
I feel like I have a chance to be drafted this year. I'm not really sure about it yet. It's still kind of early. I'll probably be making a decision about that within the next couple months here, obviously, since it's pretty close.
Jimmy is one of the top shortstops in the country and has a chance to do what no other East Catholic baseball player has ever done before.
We've never had anybody drafted out of East Catholic High School. We've had East Catholic players drafted before, but never out of high school. You know, it would mean a lot to the school, to the program, just to see, you know, East Catholic High School in Manchester, Connecticut, possibly come up on that screen sometime.
At the moment, Jimmy has committed to play baseball next season at Bryant University, even though he had attention from some of the top baseball programs in the country.
It's a smaller school. I like that. It's not a big crazy place. It's just it's relatively close to home. It's just everything was kind of a perfect fit. I can see myself playing there early, getting after it early, and hopefully doing the best that we possibly can over there.
Whether he's drafted in June or goes on to play at Bryant next fall, there is no doubt that Jimmy Titus will have left his mark on the East Catholic program.
And the scouts that have been around and the coaches that have been around, see, that's the upside for him. He's a New England kid who hasn't really been able to be on a baseball field 12 months a year. So once he's able to do that, you know, the sky could be the limit for him.
Reporting from East Catholic High School in Manchester, Connecticut for Sports Buzz, I'm Tim Gantner.
Tariq Black, 2017 kid from a state that doesn't get recruited heavily. You can watch for this kid to absolutely blow up.
Meet Tariq Black, the #1 high school player in the state of Connecticut and the 14th ranked wide receiver in the country, the highest national rank for a wide receiver ever from the state of Connecticut.
Just being from the Northeast, and there's not too many of us, I feel like I represent more than just myself. I represent players from around there when I go against kids, from other places.
From his first day at Chester Academy in 2013, his talent and upside became very obvious to the Chester coaching staff.
And really by week 3, it was very apparent this was our best skill player as a freshman.
With another year to attend camps and a senior season still ahead of him, Tariq hopes he can become a 5-star recruit in the class of 2017.
It'll be great to be a 5-star. Like, there's not too many 5-stars out there, so if I ever become a 5-star, it's just a blessing. I'm just gonna keep working hard no matter what.
Entering his junior season, Tariq already has 20 scholarship offers, which includes Alabama, Michigan, Michigan State, Miami, and Duke.
To be a young man with this many offers, as young as he is, to keep this in stride, to still concentrate in the classroom, to still be an honor roll student, I think the most important thing about Tariq Black, he really is a student athlete, and I think today that's something we've lost.
Reporting from Cheshire Academy for Sports Buzz, I'm Tim Gantner. While playing in a basketball tournament in Las Vegas, one scout said Tremont was a one-and-done type player. He was 13 at the time. Now at 18, Tremont has handled the distractions that come with being a star. In his 3 years at South Kent Prep, he's already scored over 1,500 points. But education, along with staying grounded and being humble, is just as important to him and his family.
I still want to be in college so I can stay all 4 years and get my degree. And then wherever basketball takes me after that, I'll just stay on the road to success.
At the moment, Tremont has offers from UConn and Stanford, among others, but expect that list to grow in the near future.
Those are the type of schools that are recruiting, among the Dukes and the Virginias and the North Carolinas, and even at yesterday's game, we had Kansas, Creighton, and SMU here for him.
This isn't a story about a kid that's a long shot, but if it was, the kid from New Haven would probably make that long shot look easy too.
Be ready for the future. You see him now, and he's an excellent player now. I mean, you see what he is now, but I think for what holds for him in the future is even better than what it is now. What you guys see now is a dang good Tremont Waters, but the Tremont Waters that you're going to get in 3 to 4 years from now, I think is a pro, a flat-out pro.
At 5-1, Stebbins is off to the best start since the '95 team. Entering his 7th season, head coach Trey Smitherman sensed that this year's team could be special.
We got to about June 15th, June 16th, and the workouts in the weight room were just so much more intense. It was almost eerie in the way they went about this group's gone about their business.
This year's team answered the challenge. Senior fullback Mason Dyer already has 1,000 yards rushing through 7 games, and junior quarterback David Hickey is just shy of 1,000 yards rushing. For these two dynamic playmakers, the triple option seems to be almost unstoppable.
But nothing's like high school football. You dig what I'm saying to you? Sir. Nothing like till Friday night lights when the thing is turned on. You know what I'm saying to you? Sir. So I'm telling you, the difference between when we played, you tell what it is. We expected to win. Don't say hope to win, I believe we win. No, we expect to win. Let's make it happen tonight, man. So what's we gonna do? All right, we're gonna bring it in tight. I'm gonna ask you what I want, greatness. What I need, greatness. What I want, greatness. What I need, greatness. I'm gonna say, how you gonna give it to me? You're gonna say all night long, Indians. You got me? Sir. Y'all got me? Get up, get up, get up. Here we go. Greatness! What I need, greatness! How you gonna give it to me? All night long, Indians. Let's get it.
On Friday nights, the young Indians can come to Edmondson Stadium to cheer on the big kids while waiting and hoping that they too can one day leave their mark on this proud program. That's my boy. Those are the words that a father says to a son after a job well done. But for you one young man in West Haven, that saying means a whole lot more now than it did before. With the game tied at 2, Doug Caliendo shot the game-winning goal to give Notre Dame High School a victory in a top 5 matchup against Northwest Catholic. You see, for Doug Caliendo, he lost his father Lou to stomach cancer just hours before the game, and he knew that his father would want him to play and step on the ice and play for his mother, sister, and teammates. Wherever his father may be, I'm sure he's looking down at Doug saying, that's my boy. Over 23,000 players have played in the NFL, and only 295 of those players have a head bust in Canton, Ohio. That's an elite class. With those numbers, you have a better chance at winning the lottery or getting accepted into Harvard, period. Let's check out a few of the inductees. Brett Favre, three-time NFL MVP, started 322 consecutive games, an NFL record. And in 1996, Favre led the Packers to their first Super Bowl victory since 1967 in Super Bowl 31. First quarterback to throw for more than 70,000 yards. In his 20 seasons, he played with the Falcons, the Packers, the Jets, and the Vikings. Brett Favre, you are headed to Canton. Orlando Pace anchored one of the most prolific offenses in history in 1999, the greatest show on turf, and led the charge up front in a victory in Super Bowl 34 against the Tennessee Titans. In his 12 seasons with the Rams, Pace was a three-time first-team All-Pro and made it to 7 Pro Bowls. Orlando Pace, you are headed to Canton. Marvin Harrison played all 12 seasons with the Indianapolis Colts and all with quarterback Peyton Manning, and together they broke the record for the most touchdowns by quarterback and wide receiver tandem, a record held by Steve Young and Jerry Rice. Harrison was an 8-time Pro Bowler and a part of Super Bowl 41. Marvin Harrison, you're headed to Canton. Moving on, Ken Stabler, after 32 years, is officially a Hall of Famer. He was also the NFL's MVP in 1975. He is best known for his time with the Oakland Raiders and under head coach John Madden. He led the Raiders to a victory in Super Bowl 11 over the Minnesota Vikings. Kenny, the Snake Stabler, you are a Hall of Famer. Boris Diaw throws it up and LaMarcus Aldridge throws it down for the alley-oop. Into the first, Sean Livingston knocks down the jumper over Manu Ginobili. Warriors 18, Spurs 17. Late in the second, Kawhi Leonard drives to the basket, pulls up, and knocks down the shot. Spurs up 10, right back. Tony Parker dishes. Ginobili puts a fake on Livingston and hits the shot from downtown. Right before halftime, Draymond Green drives, hits Brandon Rush for the two-handed slam. Spurs up 43-37 at the half. Third quarter, Steph Curry was silent from the three-point until that. Curry was 0 for 7 before that shot. Danny Green finds a wide-open Tony Parker in the corner, and Parker nails it from downtown. Into the third, Leonard feeds Ginobili, and he'll knock down the uncontested three. Spurs pulling ahead. Fourth quarter, Klay Thompson looking to make a play. Brandon Rush from the corner, 3. Late third quarter, what do we have here? Allen Crabbe defending Dirk, fouls Dirk, and 1. Mid-fourth quarter, Blazers up 3, and it's CJ McCollum for the 3. Game's now tied at 102. Game at 113, Lillard heaves up a 3 for the win, no good. We're headed to overtime. Overtime fast break, Darren Williams shoots with no hesitation. Dallas up 3. Williams feeds Dirk, 3-point, top of the key. Crowd goes wild. Next possession, Williams again finds Dirk, and that's 40 points, folks. Dirk Nowitzki pulls into 13th place with a tie for Moses Malone for most points all time, and the Mavericks win 132 to 120.